Hello everybody, welcome to this video on the multiple choice questions on Introduction to Chromatography. So we'll see MCQs on chromatographic introduction. The first question is, chromatography was first introduced by an analytical chemist, an organic chemist, a physical chemist, or a botanist? Well, the answer is a botanist. It was introduced in 1903 by Russian botanist by the name of Sweat, and for which he got Nobel Prize also. The most common stationary phase used in column chromatography is a solid, an ion exchanger, a liquid adsorbed on solid phase, an organic species bonded to a solid surface. Well, usually most of the columns presently they make use of an organic species binded to a solid surface. So the answer to this is D. The process of isolating the separated components from the column by passing mobile phase continuously is called isolation, elution, migration, none of these. Well, the mixture components, they are first deposited on the column, and then you pass a little bit of the mobile phase. The mixtures will get separated on the column, but they will be on the column. To remove them from the column one by one, you have to pass the mobile phase continuously, and this process is called elution. So the correct answer is B. The efficiency of the separation of a component of the components of mixtures on a column is dependent on zone broadening, migration rates of solutes, both of these, none of these. The answer is both of these, because zone broadening will affect the efficiency also, and also the migration rates of the solutes. Zone broadening should be minimum and migration rates of solutes should be different. As the column length increases, zone broadening will increase, decrease, neither increase or decrease, depends on other factors also. Well, as the column length increases, the zone broadening will increase. So the correct answer is A. Distribution constant is given by the equation K is equal to Cs by Cm, K is equal to Cm by Cs, K is equal to Cs into Cm, and K is equal to 1 upon Cs into Cm. The correct answer is A, K is equal to Cs by Cm. If the migration rates of solutes are similar, the chromatographic peaks will be well separated, not well separated, not at all separated, none of this. And the answer to this is B, not well separated. If the migration rates are similar, the separation will be there, but it will not be well separated. If the migration rates are same, then they are not at all separated. If the migration rates are largely different, they are well separated. Here the migration rates are similar, so the answer is not well separated. B. Retention factor is related to distribution constant by K dash is equal to KVM by Vs, K dash is equal to KVS by Vm, K dash is equal to KVS Vm, K dash is equal to Vs Vm by K. Well, the answer to this is B, K dash is equal to K into Vs by Vm. Retention factor is related to retention time. The time is missing here. The retention factor is related to retention time by K dash is equal to Tr minus Tm by Tm, K dash is equal to Tm minus Tr by Tm, K dash is equal to Tr minus Tm by Tr, K dash is equal to Tm minus Tr by Tr. The first one, that is A, is the correct answer. K dash is equal to Tr minus Tm upon Tm. Selectivity factor alpha is given by, here alpha I have not written, I have written A, but actually it's alpha. Selectivity factor alpha is given by A is equal to Kb by Ka, A is equal to K dash B by Ka, A is equal to Trb minus Tm upon Tra minus Tm, and answer D, A is equal to all of these. Well, all the three equations, they can give you the selectivity factor alpha. So the answer is D, all of these. Efficiency of columns is dependent on plate number, plate height, length of the column, all of this. Well, it is all of these. If you increase the plate number, efficiency will increase. If you decrease the plate height, efficiency will increase. If you increase the length of the column, efficiency will increase. So the efficiency is dependent on all of these: plate number, plate height, as well as length of the column. plate number of a column is given by n is equal to L by H, n is equal to 16 TR by W square, n is equal to 16 RS square into alpha divided by alpha minus 1 square, K dash B plus 1 upon K dash B, all of these. The answer is all of these because all the three equations can give you the plate number. Plate number can vary from few hundreds to few thousands, few hundreds to lakhs, many lakhs, few thousands to many lakhs, few thousands to few 10,000s to many lakhs. This is D1 is few 10,000s. Okay, so the answer to this is B, few hundreds to many lakhs, because in GC the plate numbers are less of the order of hundreds, whereas in HPLC and all that, the HPLC the plate numbers are in order of many lakhs. So the answer is B. In general, in column chromatography, as the mobile phase flow rate increases, plate height will first decrease then increase, first increase then increase, linearly increase, remains constant. Here the answer is the plate height will decrease as the mobile phase flow rate decreases and then it will increase. So it is first decrease and then increase. So you have a U optimum, that is flow rate optimum, which is neither high nor low, somewhere in between. So you have to operate at the U optimum in the case of column chromatography. When compared to HPLC, flow rates and column lengths in GC are dash and dash respectively. Larger and longer, smaller and shorter, larger and shorter, smaller and longer. So here column lengths in GC are larger, and the flow rates are larger and the column lengths are longer. GC columns are very long and even the flow rates are large compared to HPLC. HPLC, the flow rate is also small and the columns are also shorter. So answer A is the right one for GC. Van Deemter's equation is H is equal to A by U plus B plus CU, H is equal to AU plus B by U plus CE, H is equal to A plus B by U plus CU, H is equal to A plus B plus CU. Well, the correct answer is C, that is H is equal to A plus B by U plus CU. The term A in Van Deemter's equation is the multipart term, the eddy diffusion term, both of these, none of these. It is both of these. It is the A term is actually the multipart term. It is also called the eddy diffusion term. So the answer is C, both of them. The term B in Van Deemter's equation is very important in paper chromatography, GC, HPLC, TLC. Well, it is very important in GC, gas chromatography, the term B is important. A slower flow rate helps more in GC, HPLC, ion chromatography, TLC. A slower flow rate will help you more in HPLC. Okay. The term C can be reduced by reducing the particle size of the stationary phase, increasing the particle size of the stationary phase, increasing the flow rate, none of this. Your term C can be reduced by reducing the particle size of the stationary phase. Small size spherical particles, if you use as stationary support, you will get the lower value of C and higher value of H. A resolution of dash gives an essentially complete separation of two components of a mixture in chromatography. 0.75, 1.5 and 1.25. Well, when you have a resolution of 1.5, you get an essentially 99.3% separation. So the correct answer is C. Optimum value of retention factor of a solute is, it is optimum value. It's not the optimum rate. Optimum value of retention factor of a solute is 1 to 3, 1 to 10, 1 to 25 and 10 to 25. Usually the optimum rate is 1 to 10. Beyond 10 there is not much of advantage, and only the thing is retention time will increase if the retention factor is more than 10. So the separation time will increase if the retention factor is more than 10. So the optimum value for retention factor is 1 to 10, that is answer is B. The last question, selectivity factor can be increased by changing the column temperature, using special chemical effects, changing composition of the stationary phase, all of these. Well, all these three things can be used to increase the selectivity factor alpha. So the answer is D. Okay, so that completes the questions. Thank you very much for listening to this.